Son Parashat Noach 5786, the parsha that we've already seen, Baruch Hashem, the release of our brothers from their teva, from their enclosement underneath the ground for 738 days, and listening to their videos, hearing their reflections and their ideas and the concepts that they had and they spoke about, that hopefully we're all getting to listen to and learn how real and how deep the things that we have are, like tefillah, like mitzvot, like relationships, and to hold on to them. And entering the Parshat Noach, we always have the famous question: was Noach really a tzaddik? Was he really, really special? Or was he the destroyer, the reason for the destruction? And we can always go back and forth. And obviously both sides can be seen in the Torah. And this duality maybe is something that Hashem wants us to feel. That it's not so simple to define if he was a tzaddik or not, what's a real tzaddik, what's not a real tzaddik. But one of the things I think to remind ourselves, Davka in the times we're in the generation we're in, is the idea of the age that Noach started to have children. Throughout all the story of Noach, there's a lot of emphasis when it's only a speak to him, and when it's also a speech to him and his children, and it emphasizes his children. But if you look in Perek Hey, it's a very, very simple Perek, and it describes the age that people started to give birth and how many years they lived after. Sort of to give us an idea that really you started to live then when you were able to give, and not only when you were able to gain. And obviously there are many deeper levels of giving to Torah Shebaal Peh, giving chesed, many giving. But the simple giving is to give the world a child and to educate the child, to focus. And so that was Ki'ilu, the rebirth. When we look at the list, we'll see that the average age was 138. Some gave birth at 60, 70, some gave birth 170. Average age around 130, 140. And immediately at the end, the last person is Noach. And with Noach, it says he gave birth at the age of 500. Interesting detail. Doesn't explain why. But if we look into it, maybe there's something here. Maybe Noach was more interested in individual success. Maybe Noach was more driven by the opportunity to do more quantity. And the idea of having a child always is less quantity. Many people will tell someone at the Simchat Bat that they do, or the bris that they have, they'll say to them, when you have a child, you stop learning. And really it's not true. But the quantity does change. And maybe Noach felt this. And maybe Noach was saying, I have such an individual opportunity, a Noach, a comfortable way of learning. I don't really want the headaches. I don't really want these kids. I don't really want to have kids. And maybe only at the age of 500, he sort of needed to have kids, but he never really chose it. It was never something he believed in. And immediately you see a world that falls apart. Because when a leader believes that they live on their own, when a leader or a parent believes that their essence is their job, when a person thinks that outside is where they find their significance, we end up in a world that doesn't daven for hostages, a world that doesn't pay attention to relationships. And we end up in a destructive world. And therefore, the keshet is the sign Hashem gives Noach, the circle. Relationships are circles. Success is a line. Living by yourself is a one. Living in a community is a circle. Combining the two is a minyan, because the line is a one and the circle is a community. And that a real community combines these two things. But Noach chose the one over the circle. He chose the success over relationship. And he saw a destroyed world. The release of the hostages was not an experience only. It was the beginning of a new circle. of a new cycle of redemption. Just before Parsha Breshit, before a new cycle of the Torah, we entered into this opportunity to create a different mindset than Noach. The opportunity to give, to share, to listen, to be connected to people that aren't identical to us, should assist us to build the world and to see olam chesed, an olam of giving, yibaneh.